Good evening, America, and welcome to New November Presents Look One Time for the one time, talking about all wild, all crazy. This is your host, Izzy, baby, man. And today we're going to talk about DJ Akademiks. We're going to see if we can try to get DJ Akademiks the help that he so desperately needs. Here at New November Studios, we are going to figure this shit out. All right. Because Akademiks started out around, on YouTube anyway, around 2014, with the Warren Chirac. You feel me? Now, what the Warren Chirac is, for many who are not familiar, what the Warren Chirac is a publicized daily, weekly events on what goes on in Chirac, usually murders, usually crimes, sometimes featuring rappers, oftentimes not. You know what I'm saying? So, this is your everyday folk. All right. Now, in many of these cases, people would die, people would get shot, it's Chicago, so everyday Chicago shit, right? People tune in because they're not from there, right? A lot of us aren't from Chicago, myself included, aren't from that grimy, gutter shit, with all due respect. I believe that Akademiks was trying to shed light on that, but at the same time, he was kind of not mocking. I wouldn't use the word mocking, but I would say trying to sensationalize it, trying to make it sound cooler than it may be in real life. Mothers crying and Hearst are never a funny thing in real life. And now on the internet it may be, but that's where people like Vic Mensa started to take a extreme dislike to DJ Akademiks. Now, it was one thing to talk about rappers or whatever, but it's another thing to talk about people who are actively just committing crime or are no longer with us. So Akademiks definitely had to run into Vic Mensa on the everyday struggle shit. Vic Mensa being from Chicago, he had a very big problem with Akademiks. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate for both sides if I can, see, because for Akademiks, it's like, I'm just trying to make my money. I'm just trying to get my make my bones in this YouTube shit. And I understand that, completely get it, right? But there's a way to do everything. There's a certain way to do every fucking thing. And Akademiks kind of missed his mark, see, because Vic Mensa is like, you are naming all of my homies that I grew up with, giving them clever nicknames and shit, but I know these guys as their name, and I know these guys from this and that, so I would say I kind of see where Vic Mensa's coming from. Imagine a motherfucker making money just talking about your hood, and he never been to your hood. He never been here. He never been on that road. He never been with them guys, but he talking about them guys. Like Vic Mensa, he said it straight to him. I know these people you are talking about. You know what I mean? So Ak has this thing, right? He calls it the PSA, the Pussy Nigga Association. He thinks that I forgot. I definitely ain't forget about that shit. So Akademiks used to come on here on YouTube and he used to say, I want a problem. I want a problem. I'm a member of the Pussy Nigga Association. I used to hate it. I used to hate when he said that, because Ak was one of my favorites. Still is. One of my favorites in this game, DJ Akademiks. So it was like, I don't want one of my favorite niggas to say he's a pussy nigga. That rubs me the wrong way. Always did. He stopped doing it, but in turn, he became something he was not. You see what I'm saying? So he goes through that whole thing with Vic Mensa, right? And he I guess he felt like he played himself. Like, damn, I let Vic Mensa come in here and talk to me. Like I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a pussy nigga, but you used to own it. Used to own it, claim it, live up to it. You are not a civilian. You are calling the police. That's what you told us. So I don't see why, when somebody get in your face, you feel, just because his camera's on, you feel like you got the need to be somebody else. You don't. You claimed it. You stood on it. That was the one thing that I could respect. Other than the journalism, off the journalism shit, as a man, I could respect the fact that you stood on yours. You say you a bitch and stay a bitch. But when, we'll get into it. Akademiks was not liked by many in the rap community going forward after everyday struggle. He didn't. I'm talking Blueface. I'm talking Meek Mill, Freddie Gibbs, Little Baby, NBA Youngboy, to name a few. He was not liked, but I think that what really set him off and really separated him from the rest of the media outlets is his dedication and friendship with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with Tekashi 6ix9ine, in this culture, in this industry, and what we do, he is labeled a rat. This is black culture. This is hip hop. Period. And in hip hop, in the black community, when you do what Tekashi 6ix9ine did, so for those who are unfamiliar with Tekashi 6ix9ine, what Tekashi 6ix9ine did was he, for the popularity of music and likes, views, he joined a blood gang in New York. Now, when shit went left, long story short, he took the stand and told on every member of that gang. Now, when I don't want to just make it sound like, oh damn, you saw some shit and you told some shit. No, 6ix9ine put niggas on some shit, told them to go do the shit, and still told on niggas. Like, there are people, okay, who will not see their families for upwards towards 10, 15 years, 20 for some, for off of what Tekashi 6ix9ine told the police. Now, accountability, of course, you should never go run around listen to a motherfucking, what was he at the time, 21-year-old. But at the same time, that 21-year-old had $21 million. You feel me? So they were ready to risk it. It's a double-edged sword. They were ready to risk it, and I'm sure that they knew this nigga was fool. But they wanted that money. They wanted that notoriety. They wanted that lifestyle. And I get it. So moving on past that, he made friends with Tekashi 6ix9ine, become best buddies with this nigga. They on live together. They are best friends. Giving Tekashi an actual media outlet to vent to, if you will, to speak to, because he was blackballed. Nobody wanted to talk to Tekashi except for DJ Akademiks, who at the time had a bit of a large platform. That's when everybody starts to hate Akademiks. Freddie Gibbs starts to hate Akademiks. They go back and forth online. You know, Meek Mill and Akademiks never really saw eye to eye, and this is before the Tekashi 6, because Drake and Akademiks were kind of cool at a point, like not buddy, but you know, and even Drake had to distance himself from you. My point is, all of this for what? For what? You can't go outside. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit. You gotta live in the basement for real. Cause you wanted to make friends with who? For what? When you could have just been yourself. Hired security, walked around and been yourself. Now you look fucking crazy. Now when somebody see you with security, they're gonna be like, oh, you scared of Blueface? Oh, you scared of Gibbs? Oh, you scared of Youngboy? Youngboy said he's gonna whoop your fat bitch ass. Where do we draw the line with this? Trying to be the mediator and street shit. It's over for you. You can't do that. You can't get between Youngboy and Dirk. What the fuck we gonna listen to you? You hang out with the rat and Lil Durk. You sitting down with Ak is crazy as fuck. No disrespect to Ak, cause Ak is who he is. But Durk, that's crazy as shit, considering who he is. You get what I'm saying? I looked up to Akademiks coming into this media shit. Blueprint, damn near spot on. But one thing we not gonna do here in New November Studios is we not gonna fall off our word. We gonna fall on our sword. That is the least we could do, is stand on who the fuck we are as a company. You run around acting like you going at the least defend yourself. No, the fuck you're not. These niggas you are talking to are not those girls at the fucking wherever you was at, where you was talking about, I'm Big Ak, I'm the prize. They don't give a fuck. Your life's on the line. Thank you for listening. I'm out, y'all.